Everything out in the city is looking pretty quiet. Just basic crimes and everything like that.
Just very simple crimes have been coming up lately. Almost everyone is busy with them all.
You haven't really been out in the field yourself, Daniel.
Yeah, I've been busy trying to find a new member for Team Mystic. And now Gazu has left the league for his personal reasons. So now I need to find a new member for Team Dynamo, since Slate transferred to Team Iceberg after Gazu left. So far I've had no luck.
Yeah, I suppose it's been difficult lately. I'm sure there'll be some warriors out there who will be willing to join us. There are many warriors who will fight to do the right thing.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, James.
Got an alert coming in.
It's been a while since we've had an alert like this. Where's it coming from?
Looks like an assault in progress. In the center of the city. An assault in progress at this time of night. And why would it come up as a high alert? I have no idea. Well, this gets interesting.
What's interesting?
It appears that the victim under attack is a rivalry assassin. Say what? That doesn't make any sense. I can't see why something like this would be a high alert.
Maybe we'll get an answer with a power level scan using the satellite.
Initiating power level scan. Satellites in position. Holy shit. There are 2 power levels. And these are readings we have never seen before. They're unbelievable.
Could it be the Coastyia Empire again? It's only been 2 days since your last encounter with them.
No, I've seen readings of the Coastyia Empire's power levels. This one is different.
There's something about these power levels that seem familiar. These are Aztecan power levels, but neither of them are Mark's, since he's dealing with Riot and Jaden.
I just narrowed the search to find a match to these power levels, and I think I have an idea who they might be. Legend speaks of an ancient pharaoh in the Aztecan line.
Is that possible? Could such a being really exist at this current time?
If it is true, they could be dangerous. We'll need to stop them.
You and I should head out there, James. We'll need to be careful though. Who knows how dangerous this might be?
I am going to ask one last time, what do you know of the Coastyia Empire? And what are they planning against the Steka? And Helabithia? You better start talking within the next 5 seconds, or things are going to get very ugly, and it won't end well for you.
I don't know anything about them. We were warned to not spy on them ever again. Cause they killed our members. How else would we know anything about this? So get it through your thick skull and listen, you fucking freak. You already killed my squad. What more do you need? You're supposed to be a good guy, right? From the Dragon League. Why are you doing this?
That's where you're wrong, dear boy. My husband and I aren't the diplomatic type. But if you want to keep playing stupid, we'll show you why we're the most feared duo in the universe. Isn't that right, darling?
And we answer to absolutely no one but ourselves. So you can piss off with that diplomatic drivel. If people in this forsaken city haven't heard of us yet, they're about to. Once we scatter your ashes to the wind.
No. Don't kill me. I might know a little something about the Coastyia Empire. That's all I know.
That's better. Now stop talking, as I'm not known for my patience or my mercy.
Okay. We were sent out to spy on the Coastyia Empire. And they live somewhere up in the mountain far away, called Coastyia Mountain. We were there to see what their plans was, and to see how much of a threat they are to their plans. And that is when their number 1 ranked soldier, Vix, he just came out of nowhere. and he fucking killed almost everyone. He even killed the powerful symbiotes. Kevin, Bruce, and Connors.
That's unfortunate. He was always a good friend to me.
Be lucky that small piece of information just spared your life. Just know, if the dark side or the rivalry were complicit in my brother's demise, I won't be so lenient. Now get lost before I have second thoughts of killing you.
Okay. I'm going.
That may not be a lot, information-wise, but it's enough. It's laughable that he thought we were part of this Dragon League or whatever the hell he just said. If this Dragon League is anything like the order back home, they're diplomatic to a T.
And yet, they never learn the same lesson. That diplomacy leads to death every time. And they'll keep losing the ones they care and cherish most till they get rid of it. And well, that's what got Anubis killed.
And he didn't heed the warning, like the thick-headed dolt he's proven to be. Time and time again. Now, wonder if there's a spot around these parts that sell Dominus Estate, as I could really use it right about now.
Stop right there! You two are not going anywhere. Your killing stops today. You're coming with us.
And don't think about running, or anything. My darkness of the night can easily stop you two from moving.
Right on cue. No sooner we talk about their diplomatic mindsets, they show out of the woodwork.
If you told me Coastyia City had comedians that make it very easy to make us laugh, I would have said you've lost your mind.
You killed these assassins? Why? Why did you do this? Why did you kill them, you heartless monsters? Killing is...
Finish that sentence, and I'll strike you down, right where you fucking stand.
Whoa! This energy, this power, it's unbelievable. What are you?
This power, it feels almost like that paradox. It's
Assuming you don't know who we are, then allow us to catch you up to speed. You're face to face with the most unmerciful pharaoh that's ever reigned over Azteca in 12,000 years, snake god Apep. And the woman next to me is my wife, Lilith. So I chose your next words very carefully. If you haven't heard the legends surrounding us, you're about to get a taste of that firsthand. If you get out of line like that again...
Wait. The actual Apep? The snake god Apep? What? What are you doing here?
Why don't you ask why Paradox that very same question of why he crossed over into our pantheon and see the answer he gives you?
Wait. What do you mean?
You really want an answer to that question? My brother Anubis was exactly just like you. Diplomatic to the bone, and my paradox slew him for it. How does it feel that one of your enemies just started a war with one of the most vengeful gods this entire universe ever feared? The fact that you're a diplomatic dolt like my brother makes me absolutely sick to my stomach.
What? I don't.
all right. That's enough. You leave Daniel out of this. If you really wanna get to him, you're going to have to go through me first, you freaks. We will take you down, and you will face your actions. Cause killing is wrong. It isn't the way. You're no different than the Darkia Empire's light paradox.
Challenging us was your last mistake, and you're gonna learn the hard way of why you should never cross Apep and Lilith, and why no one in this universe is our equal.
We shall see about that. James, you take the lady, while I deal with the pet.
Got it. Just be careful, Daniel.
Funny. I was gonna have fun with your friend anyways. Thank you for determining that for me.
Damn. This is going to be harder than I thought.
When I said you'd experience the legends surrounding me firsthand, if you got out of line again, I meant every word. With the living embodiment of the lightning itself, Northwind, as my ruler, prepare to be schooled the white crossing stake on Apep was a very stupid and suicidal idea.
I'm just getting started, you freak.
Then, start showing it! Or do I need to slow the pace down for you to catch up to my lightning speed?
Oh my god. All of this. Just like what happened in Mystica. No. No! I won't let this happen again! You killed all these people!
Are you winning? That surprise! If you ran upon me before jumping into a duel guns blazing, you know showing mercy is not exactly my strong suit, nor will it ever be.
That's it. I had enough. You won't kill anyone else. I don't care about her. You don't give a shit about that rule. Killing is still wrong. And you're just like fucking Paradox and the Empire.
I've heard this rhetoric from Anubis thousands of times, and out of those 1,000 times, Anubis failed turning me into a diplomatic weakling. And as will you. Diplomacy brings nothing but death every time. When will you goody to choose vigilantes wake up and realize that?
You don't get it. We don't take people's life, or our enemy's life. It's wrong. The key in fighting is to trust in your friends. Something you don't understand. It's called having faith in your friends. It's what makes us strong. It is the power of teamwork. It's what makes us different than our enemies. And we all have pure heart. Something new.
Tell me something I am not already aware. Your diplomatic dribble is starting to get on my fucking nerves. Why don't you just shut it for once? Why don't you?
Cough. Cough. I won't let you get away with this.
Empty promises from a short-sighted simpleton who'd rather die a diplomat than fight fire with fire. Not everyone is going to be a diplomatic god like you. Why should I adopt a mindset that's gotten someone I was close to killed? Go to hell, and I say that cold-heartedly.
Shut up, you freak.
You're not the only one with a sword, you don't. My blade's pure electricity. Yours isn't.
I don't care. I will stop you.
Are you even trying? At least try to make me break his sweat here, would you?
You think this is a game? Lady, I haven't even begun trying.
Someone with light powers. Now that I can work with.
What?
I'm good luck looking inside my mind. But fair warning, you'll be traumatized by what you see.
Holy shit. Holy shit. All of that. I don't believe it.
Least I want you to traumatic, yes?
Yes. It was. And the other things not only happened to you, but the things you did. So therefore, right now, I will stop you. What's so funny?
That you think something that took place 20 years ago is traumatizing. My house of Alexiva days are far behind me. If you expect me to feel remorse for something that happened 20 years ago, truth is, I don't. So me killing my father's entire military was justified.
It is true you've been through a lot. But killing your enemies is wrong. We live by a code, and the code is...
A code we could care less about. Last time Apep and I needed help with something. We were told go to hell by those that were supposed to be supporting us. So excuse us for not being as accepting when you know nothing of half of what we've been through.
I know one thing, and that is true. Stop you both!
You couldn't stop us even if you tried, boy. I'll show you firsthand what why none of them survived.
Huff. 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 You're really strong. Even if I go all out, I don't think I can defeat you. And you can. Talk to Apep, right? It's clear you both are connected to each other.
I was holding back a lot of my power actually. I was merely testing you, to see if you were telling the truth, or you were just full of it. But after dueling you for a bit, I can see that you really do care. Unlike other people Pep and I have encountered in the past, it's no wonder Daniel considers you a close friend and ally. There's no need to drag this any further. Why don't we call it truce,
What? A truce? I guess we can call it a truce. But why would you test me? I mean, you both killed so many enemies. So what changed?
Apep's the pharaoh, not me. I'm just merely the consort. As Apep has more stages of Northwind than I do. I would know as he's the one who founded the form centuries ago.
But if this is a truce, where do we go from here? I mean, we can't just forget that both of you have killed.
We're not seeking forgiveness, if that's what you're implying, dear boy. To answer your one question from earlier, Apep can be reasoned with, given enough persuasion. You can argue our methods can be extreme in your view. As granted, you don't operate as an absolute monarchy like we do back home. We would know as Anubis and his order was exactly like you. So in other words, Apep has the final say of what we both can and cannot do, since he ranks above me in hierarchy even though I'm his wife.
Sigh. Okay, fine. Well, let's go stop.
I wouldn't do that. Apep is one of the most powerful people in the universe. If you thought Northwind 2 and True Northwind was the only form he has, guess again. He has one more, and he achieved it just recently, after finding out what Viperadox did to Anubis.
Uff. Uff. Damn. He is so strong. He even kicked me up all the way up here. But I won't give up.
I was originally saving for Whenever and Lilith found Paradox, but I guess I'll show it early. Consider yourself honored, Firestormwolf. You're the first person to ever lay eyes on this variation of Northman. True Northman evolution.
Holy shit! This energy. What? Power! What is this? This is unreal.
I need this trip out for my Paradox facility. Guess you'll have to wait till I'm done with you. Let us begin.
I won't let you kill anyone else. I am taking you down.
Those assassins were only collateral. The person I'm really after is Paradox for slaughtering Anubis and thrusting both me and Lilith back on the throne. We swore to never uphold again, but his demise gave the order very little choice in that matter.
I had enough. I will end this right here and right now.
We both knew. That's bullshit, as you're not ending a goddamn thing. If you wanted to end something, you would have done so a long time ago, starting with my Paradox. And it looks like I have to do that job for you two.
Had enough, yet you freak. You won't cause any destruction anymore. You claim yourself as a god, but at the end, you are nothing. You will be locked away including your wife, will pay for her actions.
The owner of the sector already tried that, and they couldn't keep me down long enough. Before I finish this charade, let me ask you one question, and answer it honestly. What has a diplomatic mindset benefited you more than what you lost?
What? What do you mean by that?
Answer the damn question! What has it benefited you more than what you lost?
That's... The only different thing is I want to destroy the Darkia Empire for what they have done to my home. And I still plan to destroy them for good. But when it comes to the likes of the dark side, or the rivalry, that is different. And for that, we lost good people from them. Yes, it's sad. And it angers me, and everyone. But we are not trying to be them. We are trying to be better than them. We must be better than our enemies, so we won't lose our pure heart. And for that, I will be nothing like them. We will continue to grow, to get stronger, to be better than our enemies. We are not the monsters. If I went down that path to kill my enemies, I'll never come back from that path. And no one will go down to that path as long as I'm here. Something you don't understand. And that is why, with the power of my friends and my power and teamwork, you're going down, you damn monster!
Are you done trying to lecture me about this teamwork nonsense? My own brother was literally murdered by the very person you swore to kill. And now you're just here insulting my intelligence. You're going to wait till he kills your family member like he did mine.
Don't you dare mention my family ever again, you fucking monster! You keep their names out of this!
Then keep Lilith's out of your...
Don't you dare mention about them. This battle is between you and me, nothing more.
Your leniency is why Anubis was slaughtered by Paradox. Just maybe, if you put the Darkia Empire in check more often, my brother would still be fair and alive, and me and Lilith would still live a life we had, uninterrupted. But no, you had to fuck that up for us. What is it going to take for you to cast your weakness aside? As I said before, diplomacy leads to death every time. And I've been proven right, again, as always.
You can't blame me for your brother's death. That wasn't me. It was Paradox. I am not to blame.
You are just as responsible. Why not putting the bastard in check? If you did, myself and Lilith wouldn't even be here. So my brother's demise is both of your fault. You may not have committed the act, but you are just as complicit. How am I going to explain to his 3 children and wife that their father and husband will not be coming back because the air of Arkia was too much of a weak spin, bitch?
Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. You're talking about loss. You have no idea what I have been through. You have.
Neither do you, as you have done absolutely nothing but judge and criticize me since throughout this entire time we've been here. You defend assassins who would have more than likely tried to kill you themselves anyway. See that right there is your problem, Daniel. You hold way too many people in high regard. Perhaps Sable was right about you after all. You have no shred of dignity even if your life depended on it.
Shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. You're fucking wrong.
Take whatever form you choose, as I intend on making you pay for being complicit in my brother's demise. If it's the last thing I do...
An
outcome that's unlikely to happen. The order made that same threat, and yet I'm still standing. Charter Hakai Abamashi.
Dragon Rage Blaster.
you know, for what it's worth, you're the first mortal in 5 years to bring me to my limit like this.
Huff. 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 Good. Cause I refuse to give up. I will take you down.
So you're one of those people that refuse to give up, even when their body's about to break. Then I'll finish the...
Apep, that's enough. You've won the battle. There's no need to escalate this further.
Lilith, I'm going to say this one time. Stay out of this. If he wants to be punished more, I'll grant his wish.
Back off, Apep. You need to stand down. You won. It's over. You don't need to kill him.
Give me a reason why I should let this diplomatic dolt live.
Daniel was not responsible. You're letting your rage and grief get the better of you. Let go of him, and let's talk about this. I'm not going anywhere. Is this what Khonsu, Isis, or your father would want? Think about this, Apep. Don't do something you regret later on.
It's not exactly been easy for us since.
I know, darling. Focus on me. One breath at a time.
Cough. Cough. Cough.
So you... We're not attacking Daniel out for the hell of it. Just because... of your grief of what happened to your brother Anubis.
Paradox threw him, right in front of the entire Order. Isis, Kizal, Khonsu, everyone. Needless to say, the whole Pantheon's grieving over it. Hence why they sent me and Lilith to exact revenge on him.
Cough. Cough. What did Paradox wanted with all of you in the first place? Why did he kill your brother? Cough. Cough.
According to Isis, one of the stones of Darkia he used to craft the sword of Ragnarok with was of Aztec origin, and Anubis was the one who had possession of it. And when Anubis wouldn't give it to him, ripped his head right off in the most brutal way possible, with the entire order of Azteca witnessing the whole thing. His demise also caused a succession crisis, seeing Anubis had no heirs named had he passed away. So the Order had no other option but to put Apep and myself back on the throne, just like our first reign, 12,000 years prior. The entire pantheon of Azteca is asking for his demise for what he did to Anubis. Hence why they sent me and my husband Apep here, knowing what we're capable of. Hence why we started with the dark side in terms of information about the Empire, and if he had further plans for Azteca to finish the job or not.
Damn. I didn't know that. But I hate to say it. But Paradox and the Empire are all immortal. And they've gotten a lot stronger not too long ago.
We told the Order that exact same thing. It was a good thing I trained for 12 whole months before we shanghaied here to look for him, which resulted in the true Northwind evolution form I was in earlier.
But you don't understand. He has gotten the form as well.
We knew that one too. We were going to tell you this earlier, but you and your friend were too focused on those assassins we killed when you confronted us. We sent Hasim and Shah here to do recon here during those 12 months I was training. Once they told us everything, I told them to head back to Azteca to hold the fort down. Had you not confronted us, me and Lilith would have started looking for Paradox and his empire as of tomorrow morning.
Wait. So, you've been spying us this whole time? From the beginning?
Ever since Isis told us what he did to Anubis.
Damn. But if you have been watching us, why didn't you all help when we had to face the Empire alone? Why didn't you step in to help?
I was in a dimension known as the Astral Chaos training with Lilith, as Northwind too, and true Northwind wouldn't make a dent on Paradox, especially where he stands now in terms of power. so I had to obtain another transformation to somewhat rival it. My answer was true Northwind evolution.
I see. But now that the fight is done and over with, where do we go from here?
I know you and your friend there will probably pester us about that no-killing thing. But I've come up with a compromise. We'll abide by your no-killing rule, temporarily, on one condition.
And what's that?
We'll show restraint to a degree, but if the dark side, the rivalry, or any of your enemies dare cross a certain line, me and Lilith will not be held responsible for the consequences that will follow, as we're not exactly ones known for our mercy and all of that.
Sigh. Fine. I guess that can work. For now anyway.
By the way, if you're both gods, do you know a god called the God of Thunder? Mark the Nordic wolf.
Funny you should ask that, as his mother is standing right in front of you.
Wait, what? You're his mother? But how? Mark is a wolf.
Let's just say, my old enforcer, Spite the Nordic wolf thought it would be a grand idea to force himself onto Lilith behind my back. Something I'm not thrilled about. But there's very little I can do about it at this point.
What the hell? Jesus. That's fucked up.
As much of a traumatic experience that was, Mark's still my flesh and blood at the end of the day. I still love him as much as I do Apep.
Two things. One, does Coastyia City have any bars that sell Dominus estate wine? As that's me, and Lilith's favorite social beverage, especially after fights. And two, if your Dragon League is looking for new people, me and Lilith's schedule is wide open. We may not be diplomatic in terms of dealing with enemies and whatnot, but in terms of the teamwork part, me and Lilith pretty much have that down, to a T.
First of all, yes, there's wine around here in the city. Second, you joining the Dragon League? Why?
Me and Lilith are going to be here for a while, so we need something to keep us occupied. Plus, Northwind is very demanding of its energy outputs, so I'll need something to keep that in check. Last one's a bit personal. You remind me a lot of Anubis, in a good way, as he was a lot like you in many ways, especially that no-killing thing. Plus, I think it'd make Anubis happy if I did something productive in another universe instead of sitting at some outpost in a forest doing nothing.
Sigh. Okay, I understand. You can join us. And even better, you can both live with us. As for what you do with your rooms, that's on you. But we will figure out which team you will be put on. But anyway, welcome to the Dragon League, Lord Apep.
The pleasure's ours, Daniel. Should Paradox show up again, this time, I'll be there.
Okay, you know something? Well, two things. We may have a winning chance with you on our side. And two, this whole fight seems like how me and Venom first fought. Ironic.
Not only do you know my wife's firstborn, you also know my newest enforcer, Venom. You people know your way around my empire of Northwind, don't you?
Wait. Enforcer? What do you mean? Venom left my city because he was having trouble to control Ultimate Venom within.
I've met Venom a few months earlier, before Anubis met his demise at the hands of you-know-who.
You have? What happened when you met him?
Similar to how me and Lilith are here now. Word got to me that a beast of destruction was causing havoc in the mortal world, so I decided to investigate this rumor myself, as I don't believe hearsay mumbo-jumbo. So I confronted Venom, and to my surprise, he somehow gained Northwind. So I dueled him and Ultimate Venom, and I won. Obviously, since I was more experienced with Northwind, he was one of the few people that was able to match me. Aside from you, of course. He impressed me so much so that I invited him as my enforcer. Since he's been with me, he's had much better control of ultimate venom, and they both now get along fine to an extent.
I see. That's good. So he has gotten more control of ultimate venom. That's good. What does he do now, since he is now an enforcer for you?
As my enforcer, he steps in for me should I not be available for an important function, as I can't be everywhere as Pharaoh if I'm elsewhere. And seeing both me and Lilith are here in Coastyia City, dealing with this Viparadox problem, he'll be stepping in for me a lot more. Least till we return anyway.
I see. How much stronger has he gotten, since he now lives at your kingdom anyway?
Very. He has Northwind himself, but not the one I fought you in earlier, Northwind Evolution, as that's way beyond his level, as that form is very hard to attain, which took me a grueling 12 months in the astral chaos.
I see. So he's like God of Northwind or something?
In technical terms, yes. Usually one can go in Northwind, is Northwind 3, but you can go higher than that, if you're willing to put in the work and dedication, as the form has a very high demand of energy output, as the form is the living embodiment of the lightning itself.
I see. That's a lot of power. Well, I'm glad to have both of you join us, to take down the Darkia Empire, but it won't be easy.
Then good thing Lilith and I came prepared, as I definitely wasn't going to come out all this way unprepared, seeing who it is we were after.
Yeah, but you sure you are both up for this? I know he killed your brother and all that, but keep in mind, we will also face other enemies, the rivalry, and the dark side, and the Darkia Empire.
Wouldn't be the first time Apep and I faced multiple enemies at once. You're talking to two of the most ruthless and unmerciful people in Aztec's history. Apep and Lilith. There's nothing that has got by us, as we've endured and seen it all at this point.
I see. Well, how would you both like to train when we get back home, as I need to get stronger myself, my friends too, since you are a god after all. A strongest god, I may say.
Your training regiment may differ from mine, as I train my body to the bone. So this way when a fight pops off, both me, Lilith, and Northwind are ready, if need be.
Thanks. Alright. Let's head back home. I'll show you around, and I'll let you meet the teams.
Me and Lilith are grabbing Dominus estate wine first on the way back. By all means, lead the way.
So this is the design you have chosen for your room. It looks very nice.
We hit up every embroidery shop Coastyia City's had to offer. It's safe to say that not a single cent was spared in the final design. We had a similar setup back home in Aztec, so we tried our best to keep it the same way we had it at our fortress.
So when are we meeting the rest of the members? That's if you decided what team we're going to be on yet.
Well, I'm glad this makes you feel at home. And as for a team, you will be joining Team Dynamic Apep. The members in this team are Dark, Indix, Akinura, Killer, Mark, and the leader, Galaxy. And Lilith, you will be joining the supporters alongside my wife and the others. You'll be involved in investigations and called to the battlefield in case of emergencies, like James' wife, Millie. You've already met the informants when we arrived, but all the other warriors of the League are currently out on missions across the globe. They should all be home soon.
Galaxy. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Glad to see he's doing well for himself.
That's fine. I rarely fight these days for the most part anyway, unless it's on our empire's behalf. So taking a back seat into a more supportive role is of no issue for me.
I'm glad you feel that way, Lilith. So you knew Galaxy Apep?
We do. He's helped the Order of Azteca a few times in the past, when my brother Anubis was still pharaoh at the time. Though granted myself and Lilith weren't around very much back then.
I see. Well, at least you'll be on a team with some familiar faces. They'll definitely make you feel welcome.
This is Troy calling from the Dragon Cave. All members have returned from their assigned missions. Good work out there, everyone. Let's call it a night.
Well, looks like everyone is home. Let's get you introduced to all of the teams and host your welcome with a dinner. My wife, Ed's wife, and Dukan's wife are very good cooks.
That's good to know, dear boy, as I happen to be somewhat of a culinary genius myself. I don't know about you, darling, but I'm looking forward to what Daniel and his friends have whipped up for us.
Make that two of us, Lilith. Lead the way.